Health and I'm an acupuncturist, and I treat a lot of people with bad back problems. I'm here today again with Stuart Mason, who's the golf professional here at Welwyn City. Stuart specialises in treating juniors, and we'd like to see whether we can actually show and demonstrate how juniors can prevent long-term back injuries by having the proper swing. So Stuart, one of the things that, as I said, I treat a lot of is actually back injuries. I wonder if you would demonstrate to us what would be the proper stance that would help young golfers actually prevent back injuries?
Yeah, obviously through my coaching experience, I see this quite a lot, especially amongst young golfers. Young golfers tend to be a little bit lazy in their posture, and they tend to bend from the middle of the stomach, which then creates the classic rounded shoulder look. This makes it very, very difficult for the children and obviously older adults to turn, and puts a lot of stress on the lower back. Now, I do advocate quite a lot that through the posture we try and bend from our hip joint, which keeps the back in its natural alignment. This helps us to turn, makes it a lot easier on our body, and also prevents injury. Probably one of the biggest trends amongst juniors though now is obviously the constant use of Facebook, which constantly sees them bending over, and it's probably one of the biggest things that we talk about by EGU recently, of stopping kids using mobile phones and computers.
So really the total posture is not just the back and the hips, but the shoulders too.
Yeah.
And keeping the head aligned, spine aligned, so that as you rotate, the whole thing rotates as one unit rather than as separate units.
Yeah, just getting everything able to work together and nothing fighting each other, which can cause obviously injury.
Could you give us a demonstration of how you set up and perform just the swing?
Yeah, so obviously how I'd set up to it, well, my initial routine is I'll place the club in, but as you can see I'll put my hand on the belt buckle, which just encourages me just to tip forward from my hip joint. Then from here I'll place my hands on the grip, take my grip, then my feet will go out into my stance. As you see, I'm ready, I'm set, ready to go.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much for taking the time, Stuart, to introduce us to the correct stance and how we can at least prevent golf injuries by having the proper stance. And we look forward to maybe talking to you in the future about how we can prevent other golf injuries.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is Les Huyton here from Welwyn Health, signing off.